Good morning, it's Tony talking CarBiz. I'm here at Smart Motors Toyota in Madison, Wisconsin. This morning we're taking a quick look at this brand new 2020 Toyota Corolla SE Edition with this special Nightshade package. This is a really great looking car. So this morning I want to talk about what makes a Nightshade the Nightshade. So starting up front, it's this big, bold, piano black grille. Looks awesome on this vehicle. So Nightshade is essentially a color, in this case super white, with a blacked out painted accents. So your grille up here, you can see it is that black lacquer effect, and it looks great. And then all of your badging is going to be painted with that same black metallic finish. And then this one does have the same Safety Sense 2.0 with the pedestrian detection and lane departure detection, and it also reads road signs. So there's lots of different stuff, but one of the things that's cool about it that I like is the detection system that's all built in this panel right here. And it kind of looks like those goggles that Geordi from Star Trek used to wear, but it really gives it a nice, clean, aggressive look. And you can see the headlights are a very low profile LED style headlight. So you've got an LED headlight, LED bright lights, and then LED marker lamps. That's these J-curve lamps that go all the way around, and they look really great on this vehicle when the lights are turned on. Coming around to the side, you'll notice these huge 18-inch black painted alloy wheels. So those are really a great wheel. You can only get them with the Nightshade Edition, and the Nightshade's only available on the SE trim, which is what this is. So you'll see that we have a 225 40R18 wheel or tire on there, and it's a low profile tire. 40 is the centimeters from the bottom of the tire to the top of the tire, and this is a radial tubeless tire, so it's got a very strong structure around the side that allows you to drive flat on it for a very short period of time to get you to the side of the road or the next exit if you need it. And then on the blacked out or the Nightshade Edition, you get these black painted mirrors which have that metallic finish on the inside. So that's not a black, just a black lacquer, it's a painted black lacquer with a metallic finish. And you can see we have our directionals right here in the mirrors, and then these mirrors are collapsible in, so if you need to park them in your garage, get in a tight space, but they're also breakaway this way, so if somebody clips them with a grocery cart or a bicycle, they'll pop out of the way and hopefully save you replacing the entire mirror. You might have some scratches, but hopefully you don't have a broken mirror. You'll also notice the door handles on this one are the painted black. There's a metallic finish in there. You really need to come see it to be able to see it. So on both the back panels, or back door handles, and then the lower body side molding, you can see here, is also that Nightshade paint effect. It looks really great on this vehicle. So there's kind of your profile look from the side. And so moving around to the back, there's some great Nightshade features here as well, starting out with your rear spoiler on the SE is now painted with that metallic finish. Hopefully you can see that there. And then your badging, your Toyota badging, also has the piano black finish. And then your badges, your Corolla badge and your SE badging has the black finish. And then we also carry that piano black finish to the back air dam, the lower valance, which is similar to what you see up front. So it's got that same hexagonal finish to it. And then we have dual brushed aluminum exhaust tips coming out the back, which look pretty nice. And then way up on the top for your SXM satellite radio, we've got that shark fin antenna. So there's quite a bit of features on the outside for the Nightshade Edition, which really make this car pop. And I think you'd agree, in spite of the fact that it's a four-door sedan, it's a pretty sporty looking little rig. And you really need to see it in person to appreciate all the features that come on the Nightshade Edition. Let's go ahead and take a look inside, and I'll point out some of the Nightshade features on the interior as well. Here we go. So diving into the interior, the Corolla has a really interesting concept. They run a blue stitching across the doors and across the dashboard, and then they pull that into the seats themselves. And so on the Nightshade Edition, you have a unique fabric interior, and then you can see running up through the seats here, we've got a blue racing stripe that runs down the side, and then our blue pinstriping or stitching. And so I think it really adds to a really beautiful sporty interior. Nice wide side bolsters. You can see they're weaving that blue fabric or stitching throughout there, and these seats hold you in really nicely. And then your center armrest, it also has the blue stitching in there, so a very interesting look for the interior. Let me go ahead and jump into the driver's seat here and show you what I found behind the wheel. So here in the driver's cockpit, in the steering wheel, it's a leather wrap steering wheel, very comfortable. It's got some places to rest your thumbs. Over on the left are all your controls for your Bluetooth and your sound system, and then over on the right you've got your cruise controls, and here's your pedestrian detection, lane departure. That's where you would turn it on and off, and your controls for your information center are right here. Here's your instrument cluster. You'll see that we have a tachometer on the left and the speedometer right in the center with your fuel gauge, and then an information center over here on the left hand side. And you can see I have 3 doors open right now. On the SE Edition, it does come with the standard key with the the power door locks, your panic button, your trunk release, and then it's kind of got that switchblade fob. And so it's not a push button start. Actually have to put the key in, and let's go ahead and fire it up here. You'll notice your information center on this side, and it's also showing that there's 3 seat belts in the back seat that are not plugged in, so that's great if you've got the kiddos in the back seat. Up on your center stack, won't go through all the features, but you do have that black lacquer finish that goes all the way across and across. The center stack looks really fantastic on this vehicle. There's a chrome strip that runs across the entire length of the dashboard, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's some indicator lights over here regarding the airbags for the passenger seat. A nice soft fabric on the dashboard with the stitching going across there as well. And then way down under here we've got a place for storage compartment here. Let's see if I can brighten that up a little bit, and you can see the stitching and the fabrics run all the way through here, so really nice quality fit and finish. And this is an automatic transmission. This is a CVT transmission. If I pop that back, you can see there is a sport mode, and this is where you can turn on and off your traction control if that's what you want to do. And in the center console itself, dual cup holders there, and then they also have in the door map pockets and also a place to hold your bottled water, so plenty of places to put your bottles. And there's your glove box, full-size glove box. Owner's manuals are in there. We've got some USB ports down here and a 3.5-inch plug. So if you want to plug in your iPod or something like that, you can do that as well. And again, that brushed aluminum trim here and black lacquer all the way across the center console. And then we do have, here's your storage compartment, and there's a 12-volt outlet and a 2.1 amp charging port there as well. It's a fairly small compartment, but there's a place if you want to store, you know, some items down there, you could do that. Taking a look on the overhead console, we have here's your lighting for your overhead lighting, your doors, and then we do have Safety Connect, and that's the button to push that. So if you need some help out on the road, push that button and you'll get the help you need. And then down here, or up here, we have lighted vanity mirrors, and we have visor extensions on both front driver, front passenger mirrors. The headliners are all fabric. It helps to add to sound deadening on the interior. And then way down here, these are your automatic headlights on and off. Your dash lights. We do have a tilt steering wheel and telescoping. And then it does have paddle shifters right here. Wiper controls, headlight controls, everything's right there. So nice and compact. A really great looking cockpit. Very comfortable for two adults. Give you a quick pan of the cockpit. Let's go ahead and jump in the back seat and see what we can find there. So jumping into the back seat, on the doors, again, we've got the blue stitching. Looks awesome on this vehicle. And then they carry that fabric from the front seat into the back seat with the racing stripes on the back seat, which is interesting because if you look at a Camry TRD edition, it has a racing stripe on the front seat, but it doesn't have any in the back seat. So I really like the fact that they carried that stripe over to the back seat with that styling, and the seats look great on this. I really want to encourage you to stop by and take a look to see these seats because they really are nice. They're a cloth seat, but a great design. You can see there is a folding armrest here, and it does have dual cup holders. And then there's a small storage compartment down here, but there's no door on it, so it is at a slight angle. If you put stuff in there, hopefully it won't go flying out. But there are 3 headrests back here, and the 2 on the outsides are adjustable up and down. Actually, scratch that. I just discovered they're not adjustable up and down. They're stationary, so they don't fold. One of the things I will ding Toyota on that drives me nuts, these seats fold down. So this 40% and this 60%. But in order to fold those down, there's no control right here. You actually have to reach all the way around the corner here. So I don't know what Toyota was thinking when they did that, but that's on both of them. To me, it makes logical sense to have it over here. Now, maybe it was a safety issue, but I've seen a lot of cars that have it over here. So Toyota, I think that's a miss on this car. It's not easy to find, and if you got your hands full of things, if you got a grocery bag, it's not going to work real well. And then these seats do fold down. They're not flat. There's a little bit of a step up from the trunk to here, but once they're open, it's a pretty good opening and super convenient. So there's your back seat. Let's go ahead and take a look in the trunk. Okay, diving into the trunk, first off, there is a pretty good size opening on the trunk, lower lift over, so easy to get heavy things in and out. It's a pretty deep trunk, goes quite a ways in there, and then the height is good as well. So if you need to get a big piece of luggage in there, I think you'll be just fine. There's extra length from left to right, so if you do need to lay your golf clubs in there, you'll be able to do that. And again, with the back seats, there's no way to fold them down from here. In prior years, there was a handle but I think on the 2020 they've really missed the ability to fold those seats down, not made it as easy as it could be. This particular one does have the all-season floor liners, and that's what this is, part of that package. But way down underneath is where they've got the spare tire stowed, and your jack and such. It is a temporary spare tire, but it's tightly wrapped in there, form fitted, so it doesn't rattle around, make a lot of noise, and it's really out of sight, out of mind until you need it. One other thing as I'm in the back here I wanted to point out, your third brake light is an LED brake light, and then you have rear window defrost as well. And then up on the deck lid itself, it's a cloth line or a felt line deck lid. If you open the trunk on our competitors, you'll find it's just metal. It's this type of attention to detail that really helps the car be quieter when you're driving down the road and give you an overall sense of higher quality for sure. And then there's an emergency release lever right here. If for some reason a person were to get stuck in the trunk, that's how they can get out. This actually glows in the dark, so when it's closed, they can see it. Toyota clearly spends a lot of time on the small details on their products, and those small details is what delivers a high quality feel and great resale value, of course, on all the Toyota products. Let's go ahead and dive under the hood. Okay folks, diving under the hood on the 20 Corolla SE, you'll find the standard 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine, and this engine produces 168 horsepower and has a combined fuel economy of 34 miles per gallon city and highway, and it is connected to a CVT transmission. Boy, they really crammed everything underneath there, but a very quiet engine, very good quality. Has a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty with no deductible, and of course with every new Toyota you get Toyota Care at no extra charge. So there you have it. Quick overview of our 2020 Toyota Corolla Nightshade Edition, super white, SE trim here at Smart Motors Toyota in Madison, Wisconsin. This car is available for sale and delivery right now, today. And if it's gone when you get here, don't sweat it, we'll get another. This is Tony talking CarBiz at Smart Motors Toyota in Madison, Wisconsin. Say if you like my video, if you would like something more specific, go ahead, subscribe, like it, and ask your question in the comments, and I'll do my best to get it done for you. Thanks for watching.